Going to cut right to the chase. What would happen if somebody all of a sudden stopped your major way of receiving an income out of your hands? Just like that. What if you had a job that you thought was so secure? You knew the boss well, you went to all the annual parties. You see where I'm going with this. Even exchanged a few holiday gifts over time, and everything seems perfect. Guess what? Even under those circumstances, you could lose your job, having nothing to do with your great relationship with your boss. Just saying, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money More Jan channel. Every once in a while, I like to share my story, what happened to me way back on Valentine's Day of all days. Valentine's Day, 1997. After, what was it, 7 or 8 years? I think it was 7. Either way, 7 or 8 years of loyal, devoted service. I was the type of employee, always on time, rarely took a sick day. Rarely. I went in feeling not so great. I'm telling you, yeah. That kind of an employee did a great job. Had nothing to do with my work performance. There were issues with the management and the way they made tons of mistakes allocating the budget in their department. And who gets the brunt of it? The employees. I was not the only one, just for the record. There had to be at least 10 or 11 other people on that day, fellow coworkers, that received an out of nowhere notice, out of left field notice. Imagine. And here's the thing, it was Valentine's Day, and I actually ran a party that day for the office. We were all of good cheer. We were all in a great mood. I said to myself, wow, they decided to pull this right after the party? Gee, yeah. It was on a Friday afternoon, which is typical for when people are released, okay? But in my case, I had a 2-week notice. Wasn't that nice of you? Yeah, they gave us a 2-week notice. That means 2 weeks of humility, embarrassment, aggravation. Yeah. You name it. Yeah. Thank goodness. Okay. All right. Thank goodness I was ready. But a lot of my coworkers that were released were not ready. Even as a younger person, when I finally started getting serious about the value of a dollar, hey, you have to live a responsible life. There's a thing called rent, major bills, electricity. I like those things. I'm sure you do too. You like a roof, right? You like electric, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. That day, people were called down to management one by one, and everybody that came back, had a sad face. Nobody spoke. Then I got the call. I says, "Oh, I'm next. This should be fun." And then I knew exactly what was going on. Came back up, the same face. After the work day was over, we all had a chat. Oh, with the words flying. With the words flying. Listen, this is not going to be a long video today. It's just a reminder video to please be ready for the unexpected. All of us were so-called, end of quote, secure on our jobs. We thought we always had it made. It's in the bag and all the good stuff. We even got great holiday gifts from the boss. Really good stuff. We even went to a summer party at somebody's house in another state. That's how great things were. Nobody foresaw this. Nobody. But the fact of the matter remains, if things go unwell in the company, a company could fold at any moment, anywhere. Always be ready, not live in fear. Fear goes away when you're prepared. You know when fear really happens? When you're not prepared. Always wondering, I know deep down in my heart I'm not prepared or as prepared as I could be. So therefore, you're going to live, in my opinion, and I'm no doctor, you're going to live with a low level of fear all the time. Subconsciously, I'm no doctor. I'm just guessing. Like saying to yourself, oh, but I know I'm not ready. Instead of doing that, that's a lot of work, that anxiety, in my opinion. Take that feeling and say, I'm going to crush it with my foot and I am going to take action. How could I take action? I could cut back and I could increase my income. I could squirrel away my stockpile of groceries. Very, very important. I could prepare for at least 3 months of income and expenses until you get your next job. Okay. And now the experts are really pushing the 6 month thing, some even a full year. But please, let's not scare off the folks listening to this. Let's start at least with 3. Okay. Do things while things are relatively quiet. Now, I must say, before that Valentine's Day in 1997, before the big Friday afternoon that year, let me tell you something. There were some people buzzing around the office. Like, like you could tell, like there was like buzzing going around. And we heard rumors about upsetments in the higher up echelon there. And I said, oh, I didn't want to believe it. I just, you know where I'm going with this? I didn't want to believe it. I shrugged it off. Nah. Yeah, but it did kind of nag me. But when those first people were called down to the management that Friday afternoon on Valentine's Day in 1997, then it came into fruition like, wow, this is real. And then when we all got together in the afternoon to vent things out, whoa, it became even realer. We felt displaced. It's like, heaven forbid, like if there's a structural damage in a building and people have to leave their homes out of nowhere and figure out their life, they're displaced. When you give all your all to a job, okay, you do your very best for years, not like a lot. See, this is a lot different from the current time. I hardly hear anyone say, well, I was at this company for 8 years. I just don't hear it. Now, I don't know if it's a sign of the times. I don't know if it's a sign of businesses or everybody just flips people over like quickly in terms of not very long term employment, which is really scary. That's very, very hard. So here's my suggestion. Number one, while things are quote, end the quote, calmer, do not put all of your eggs in one basket. Get another stream of income. I don't care if it's a part time job. Keep it. You'll have something to fall back on. If you lose your main source of income, let's say that your full time job is your main source of income. At least if you have an established already part time income coming in, who knows, that may turn into full time, but you will have something. Don't put yourself in a position where you have nothing, like those folks that lose their full time income. They don't even have a stockpile. They don't even have any emergency funding, not even $1,000, not even enough to get them through the following month's bills. That is a scary place to be. But the great news, and yes, there is great news because I like to focus on the positive. The great news is we have opportunities to be prepared. What does it take for some people to understand that? Then what happens is sometimes people make very bad decisions, do some wrong stuff, and then their problems get even worse. They fall not only into the rabbit hole of DEBT, but in the rabbit hole of other terrible things, too many to even think of or even want to mention. No, 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 no. We want to avoid all of that. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So when I say sudden income loss is no joke at all, I mean it. That's why when I see these reaction videos and people laughing over people that lost their jobs, that are sad and upset, there's nothing funny about that. To me, there's no humor in that. Where's that humorous? I'm just saying how I feel. Anyway, always want the best for anybody listening. Please take good care of yourself and your amazing family. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Take action. A little positive action each day goes very far. Take good care of yourself, your amazing family, and super thanks are always and forever appreciated. Have a great day. Thank you.